On today's episode, we're decoding the 2007 movie Sunshine, a sci-fi film that's really an occult initiation ritual in disguise. From the Black Sun and Saturn death cult symbolism to Icarus myths, Gnostic polarities, and Crowley's hidden sun, we'll uncover how Danny Boyle's film hides secret teachings about death, rebirth, and humanity's apocalyptic obsession with the solar deity. Join me as we face death in this symbolism breakdown of Sunshine. Now, this is the August supporters only bonus episode. That's right. Only for the supporters. Every month I give you a bonus show because every month you pledge and you keep this show alive. I say that, I mean that. Thank you so much for your support. Maybe someday I'll get a proper working studio. My goodness, everything's falling apart on me. I'm trying out a new thing today. I got a teleprompter, like the pros do. Look at me, moving up. That's your Patreon dollars at work. And today's my first try to work this thing, and quite frankly, it feels a little out of sorts. All right, but this way, when because I do a video version of the show, I don't know if you know that I'm moving into the 2020s. I'm doing a video version of the show that you can get the tier 2 ad-free video version of the show, where I will look right into your beautiful eyes, right into your soul. And we'll talk about all these crazy occult ideas, including this listener request for Sunshine. My goodness. So today, we're going to talk about this movie Sunshine and the occult symbolism, exploring how the film functions as a modern allegory for death, rebirth, and humanity's obsession with the solar deity. We're going to unpack the story of Icarus as a metaphor for approaching the divine unprepared, and the recurring symbolism of the number 7 that we'll find throughout the film, which represents the union of spirit and matter. And the crew on the ship, they have this obsession. They're staring into the sun, right? And I'm going to tie that into ego death and alchemical process, the Nigredo, the Black Sun. You already know where we're going with this. Maybe you don't. But I'm going to walk you through the whole movie. Plot spoilers, of course. And we're going to talk about all the symbolism that points to the Saturnian death cults that we've been talking about for a long time now. It's my latest little obsession. And we'll connect into Aleister Crowley, Kenneth Grant, the hidden sun, and symbolism of Gnosticism, the Freemasonic opposing polarities. That's right, go with the Bobs. And how there's an adversarial initiation here. And it's going to be wild, okay? So if this is your time, you know where to go, you know what to do, you know where to sign up. Because I got the 3 options. You already know the drill. And you'll unlock hundreds of bonus episodes. Hundreds, oh my goodness. Ad-free, early access. All the things we've always talked about all these years. Go to patreon.com/IlluminatiWatcher. It's the crown champ of the 3 supporter feeds, especially now that I've been able to chat. We can chat in live time. I get on there a couple times a day to see what you guys are up to. In fact, I was going to get on there the other day. I went to watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre release in the theaters with Jimmy the Jackhammer, and I was going to get on there, but, anyway. It's stuff like that I want to try to bring you into the fold in my life. I got to get used to that, though, I'm not one of those content creators that likes to share everything I'm doing every second of the day, but I thought, well, for my Patreon people, maybe I'll do that. I'll get this little chat thing popping. Of course, Apple Premium, that's your easiest one. If you use the Apple Podcast app, you just mash the button and you're in. And then you got IlluminatiWatcher.com VIP section. It's the cheapest. If you know how to copy and paste an RSS feed, maybe you'll want to check that out. But like I said, Patreon's the most popular. It's you get you the most bang for your buck. Less than a cup of coffee. My God, if you like hanging out with me a couple times a month, consider this like coffee dues. We're hanging out. You buy me the coffee. You know I love it. So there you go. All right. Now let's talk about Sunshine. First, let's talk about the plot of this movie. It's the year 2057. The sun is dying. So what we do what America does best. Explosives. All right. This is like Armageddon all over again. Remember that movie Armageddon? Actually, confession here. I actually tear up a little bit during Armageddon. I don't know what it is. Maybe it was because I enjoyed the movie when it came out back in 98 or whatever year it was. They play that Aerosmith song. It gets me in the feels. I don't know why. Okay. But I feel like Sunshine is kind of like a dark version of Armageddon. There's no there's no fun time at the strip club with the sunshine. This is just pure cold outer space death. All right. So what we're doing in the future here, we're sending a bunch of astronauts on this ship called the Icarus. We're going to have to drop bombs on that sun. Because it's America, and that's what we do. You throw enough explosives and bombs at something, you're going to fix it. Now, as usual, I give you my recommendation. Should you watch this movie? I mean, I liked it. And it's kind of like if you liked Interstellar, 2001: A Space Odyssey, you liked Annihilation. This might be a kind of movie you would like, because I obviously love all those movies. It was a box office bomb, pun intended. But if you're into space terror, which I am, I don't anything space, anything deep water terror, like I'm in. But if you're not into that, I don't know. I don't recommend it that hard. You know what I'm saying? It's 107 minutes, so doing pretty good on time. About 17 minutes shy of perfection, but hey, not bad. But the cast and crew is it's an all-star cast. Like I said, this is 2007. Before a lot of these were massive, massive stars. Danny Boyle was the director. He did Trainspotting, Slumdog Millionaire, The Beach with my main man Leo. Did you see the new Leo interview? Oh, baby. Leo don't miss. Because he's got a new movie coming out, which, of course, I will go see. Ironically, I haven't seen The Beach, so on my to-do list. 28 Days Later, which is great. 28 Years Later, which I haven't seen yet. Can't wait to watch it. From what I read, 28 Years Later is going to initiate a new trilogy of the zombie films. Can't wait for that. He didn't do 28 Weeks Later, which I thought was a fine film. I didn't hate it. So Danny Boyle, he had all of these all-star cast do method acting for this movie. Had them live together, basically. They were watching space documentaries. They were touring submarines. They were operating flight simulators and so on. Then you had Alex Garland writing this movie, which Alex Garland's great. He wrote 28 Days Later, 28 Years Later. He wrote The Beach, the novel. He wrote Dread. I haven't seen it. He directed Ex Machina. He then did Annihilation, one of the best movies of all time. He did Men, which was fine. They did Civil War, which is a trash-ass movie. 2 thumbs all the way down for Civil War. I hated that movie. What a bummer that was. Now, the main cast in this, we've got Cillian Murphy. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I should know how to say his name, but Cillian Murphy as Robert Capa. He is the physicist, the bomb expert. And the irony is that he was also Oppenheimer, which was also about an atomic bomb. Now, Sunshine is a stellar bomb, which I had to look up. It doesn't actually exist. It's basically a nuke, though, specifically for the sun in order to trigger atomic reactions within the sun to make it restart. So Cillian Murphy, he did method acting for this. He was hanging out with a bunch of nerds up at CERN for the role. They say he did a great job. He's very physicist-like, apparently. He was in, his best stuff was Peaky Blinders and 28 Days Later. Then you've got Chris Evans. He plays James Mace, the engineer. Still very, Captain America-y. Guy's got leading hero written all over him, of course. Then you got Michelle Yeoh. She plays Corazon. That's right, just like Corazon, which we will talk about later. She's the plant nerd on the ship, and she has got quite the resume, let me tell you. She's been in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Penis, Tomorrow Never Dies, Memoirs of a Geisha, Crazy Rich Asians, Everything Everywhere All at Once, one of my favorite movies of all time. Then you've got Mary Rose Byrne. She plays Murphy's love interest, kind of, sort of. They were supposed to have a lovemaking scene. Apparently Danny Boyle scratched it because he was like, I don't know about this space love nonsense. But when you watch the movie, you'd be like, oh yeah, clearly they're a thing, right? You don't get to see any action, though. But she was in 28 Weeks Later, ironically. She was in Star Wars Episode 2. She was in Neighbors. She was in Get Him to the Greek with Diddy and Russell Brand, two very problematic actors. Her best films were Insidious. Then you've got Clifford Curtis. He plays Dr. Searle. Dr. Cyril. How did they say it in the movie? Searle? He's the doctor. He was in Dr. Sleep. Hated it. Blow. great movie. Training Day, great movie. The Avatar sequel. Now, fun fact, this guy was actually a competitive breakdancer at one time. Pretty fun. Then you got Hiroyuki Shimozawa. He plays Kaneda. He's the captain of the ship. He's big in Japan, as they say. He was in John Wick 4. He was in Avengers. He was in Westworld. He was in Japan's Ring. He did a ton of Japanese films. Then you got Benedict Wong. He plays Trey, which is the ship navigator. You would know him if you've seen him. He was in Prometheus, also a navigator. He was in the Doctor Strange movies. He was in Avengers, Annihilation, and this new movie Weapons that everyone tells me I got to go watch. So, if I wasn't wasting your time watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre, maybe I could have watched Weapons. But I think, because every year for Halloween, I do a Halloween movie, and I did Halloween 1, 2, and 3. And the sequels for Halloween get pretty dumb after Halloween 3. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do Texas Chainsaw, because after I watched it, I thought, oh, there's very much an occult plot line in this movie. Did you spot it? Do you know what I'm talking about? Well, tune in, because I'm probably going to do the Halloween film analysis on Texas Chainsaw. Then we got Mark Strong. He plays the captain of Icarus 1, which was the ship that originally was on this mission that failed. He plays the captain. His name is Pinbacker. Now, he was in a ton of stuff also. He was in Sherlock Holmes, Kick-Ass, Green Lantern, Zero Dark 30, the Shazams, Stardust, etc. He didn't do any horror movies at all, so he must be a puss. I don't know. This one's kind of a horror movie, though, to be fair. He said he based the character off of Sergeant Pinback from Dark Star, which was a film by John Carpenter and Dan O'Bannon, which was basically the inspiration for Ridley Scott's Alien, because O'Bannon would later, of course, work on Alien. Now, fun fact, he was offered the lead in a movie called No Country for Old Men, but decided to do Sunshine instead. Terrible move. He denies all of that, though. He says it's just a rumor. I would deny it, too. Paloma Baeza. She plays Kappa's sister for all of 2 seconds. She's married to Alex Garland, who's the writer for this movie. So let's get into the film. Plot spoilers coming. If you're ready, take my hand. Come with me. Let us go into the year 2057. And it starts out, and immediately it tells us basically what this is all about. The narrator gives us a little speech about the mission. Take a listen.
Our sun is dying. Mankind faces extinction. 7 years ago, the Icarus project sent a mission to restart the sun. But that mission was lost before it reached the star. 16 months ago, I, Robert Capa, and a crew of 7 left Earth frozen in a solar winter. Our payload, a stellar bomb with a mass equivalent to Manhattan Island. Our purpose, to create a star within a star. Astronauts strapped to the back of a bomb. My bomb. Welcome to Icarus 2.
You hear him say he's creating the sun within the sun. This is our first clue that we got some illuminate to confirm. The occultists are always talking about a connection of the inner to the outer, the esoteric to the exoteric. So to create the sun within the sun is a concept we've heard specifically, and I'll tell you all about why that matters in the exciting conclusion. And if you listen, he talks about how the Icarus 1 crew left 7 years ago. 7 is the number that comes up in this movie. It's the number of divinity. It's the number for finding God. Again, foreshadowing of what will be revealed by the end of this movie. Okay? And the imagery that they show is literally the black sun symbol. Or you could argue it's the all-seeing eye. It shows like an eclipsing planet over the sun, basically, if you can envision that. Unless you're watching the video version of the show, then you see what I'm saying, because I got the image right on the screen. You know what I'm saying? So this ties into Saturn mythology, and it's, the polar configuration of the pillar of stacked planets before the cataclysm is how all this ties together. All right. Like I said, I'm working on a Saturn deep dive where I'll explain to the best of my abilities how all this fits together. My last book I've got to read to provide you with a comprehensive analysis is called The Game of Saturn, and it's sitting right over there, and it's a massive $100 book. So I got some work to do. All right, so expect that early 2026. But what it's all about here is creating a new sun within the sun. All right. It's a regeneration tale. It's the black sun symbolizing the inner forces of the occult, that which is hidden, of course, manifesting into reality. So the movie starts out, of course, with the big speech, and then we see Dr. Cyril, I can't say his name. Doesn't matter. Dr. Seal. He's staring into the sun in the observation room, like Trump staring at the eclipse. He wants to like reduce. He keeps telling the AI on the ship, like, reduce the filters, because he wants more sunlight in. But the AI ship's like, hey, you're gonna fry your dumb retinas. And he's like, I don't care, man. He's addicted. He's addicted to the sun. And if you listen to him, he after he goes through this sun observation room, he goes back to the crew to explain his weird fetish to his crewmates, and you just hear how obsessed he is with staring at the sun. Take a listen.
It's like taking a shower in light. You lose yourself a little.
Like a flotation tank.
Actually, no.
Was it beef?
Chicken. If you don't like it, you take my shift next time.
The psych tests on deep space. I ran a number of sensory deprivation trials. Tested total darkness on flotation tests. And the point about darkness is you float in it. You and the darkness are distinct from each other because darkness is an absence of something. It's a vacuum. But total light envelops you. It becomes you. It's very strange. I recommend it.
What's strange, Cyril, is that you're the psych officer on this ship, and I'm clearly a lot saner than you are.
He talks about losing yourself, and this is a reference to the ego death. Someone else says it's like an isolation tank, which is a similar idea, right? We're going back to John C. Lilly and the altered states story of blowing lines of K and humping dolphins and stuff. But the idea is you sit in the deprivation tank, the isolation tank, and you float in the darkness. And they describe it as the light becoming you in this film. And there's a major clue here that this movie isn't just about bombing the sun or restarting it. There's something more going on. There's something hidden. There's something occult to be found in this film. All right, cut the music, cut the music, cut the music. That's it. That's the end of the free preview. Now, if you want to become a supporter in the Cool Kids community with the live chat on the Patreon and stuff, we got a Discord going. Oh, boy. If you want all that stuff, join us at patreon.com/IlluminatiWatcher, and you can get the rest of this episode along with hundreds of others, including a 55-episode deep dive into Twin Peaks. My goodness. Like in this particular episode about sunshine, we're going to talk about the occult symbolism of Icarus, which ties into Freemasonry and a lot of the symbolism like you see with the compass and square and so on. And I'm going to walk you through the rest of the story as we learn about the Saturnian death cult guiding certain symbols into the black sun, the alchemical process of mankind, which ties into the opposing polarity discussions we always have. And more importantly, it touches on this historical basis for the Saturnian death cult and how this could all be just a mass initiation of mankind through the annihilation into stardust. Every man and every woman is a star, that old Aleister Crowley said. And that's what we see in this film. So, unlock the full episode, and you can continue your journey into understanding how the occult works and how they put symbolism hidden in our pop culture. And you can support the show for less than a cup of coffee a month. My God. So go sign up. Yeah, and of course, there's three platforms, as you know. All three of them will unlock this episode and all the bonus content. But Patreon is the most popular. It's the most active. It connects you and me more readily. So patreon.com/Illuminati Watcher, or if you're on the Apple app, it's as simple as mashing the button. You unlock the episode, or you want to jump through some hoops, go to IlluminatiWatcher.com, hit the VIP tab on the menu, and you can save the most money, but you got to copy and paste an RSS feed and do one of the compatible apps. But, if you do sign up for the VIP section, I send you a personalized little video, a little welcoming onboarding video. So, that's kind of fun. Well, it's like a cameo from a F+ celebrity for $5. My gosh. Can you believe it? So, also, the Tier 3 and 4 on Patreon and VIP section, I've got a special gift for you guys, an exclusive perk. I should have them next week. So, starting in September, if you're on Tier 3 or Tier 4, you're going to get an exclusive podcast t-shirt only for those tiers. And it's going to be it's going to be my super comfortable podcast t-shirt. But on the back, instead of it saying these nerds are going to kill us, it's going to identify you as an exclusive member. It's going to say Tier 3 folks get the inner circle. Tier 4 folks will get the Grand Architect. And those are only going to be available for people that are on Tier 3 or 4 Patreon or VIP section. And also, quick update, if you wanted the George Bush Skull and Bones shirt or the Trump Skull and Bones shirt, I should have those loaded up into the store, I would say, by September 1st at occultsymbolism.com. Okay? You know where to go. You know what to do. Links are in the show notes. Till next time, stay positive.